If you read the title, you guys know that I got a new kayak. I debated it for a long time and I decided to go with native, and I went with the Titan 13.5, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about this kayak. One of the main reasons why I decided to get this kayak, I plan on fishing a lot more tournaments in the future, so this is going to be perfect, especially with a lot of them being on lakes. And I still have a long ways to go to get the kayak to where I want it, but this is definitely a step up for me, and it is my first kayak with pedals, so it's definitely a big upgrade for me, and I am absolutely in love with it. And I'm gonna walk through the different features on the Titan 13.5, and if you have any comments or anything that you want to ask me, comment down below. I'd be happy to help answer some questions. One of the main reasons why I decided to get the Titan 13.5 was the stability and being able to stand up in it. That was a big factor for me, because honestly I really want to start standing up more in a kayak, and my other one just wasn't really what I was expecting, and this one is completely different. And especially with the tournaments I'm going to be fishing next year, a lot of them are going to be on lakes, so it's going to be pretty important that I have pretty good stability and I can stand up. Let's get into it. So here's my kayak, if you guys want to see kind of a broad picture of it. And I'm just going to start at the front over here. So the first thing I want to talk about is the handle right here. It's made out of some pretty nice foam, and it makes it real easy, especially whenever you're having to pick it up and move it. Definitely makes things pretty nice. It doesn't hurt your hand, and honestly I'm really glad that's there. It makes it really nice on my hand. And then we got a mount right here, and I'm probably going to mount a GoPro. I actually just got another GoPro mount, so I'm going to be doing that. That's probably what I'm going to put there. I might put it on one of these other rails. I'm really not too sure yet. And then if we look in here, we got this little storage compartment, which I plan on doing some camping trips in this kayak, so this is going to be really nice for that. On the lid here you can see it has like this foam right here. It does keep a lot of the moisture out. I still use a dry bag personally. Then if we take this off right here, and then we open this, that is where you would put your transducer right there, and there's a little slot underneath it, and you can run your wiring and stuff through there too. I haven't got around to setting up my fish finder on this yet, so I haven't done that yet, but I plan on doing it, and I'll probably make a video about it too, talk about it more in depth. It's definitely nice to have that built into the hole. They also have another mount right here. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put there, but I do plan on putting something. I'm just not quite sure yet, to be honest with you. These little pieces right here are meant to hold your rods. You can put your rod tips down through here, and it goes and hangs off over here. You can put your rod tips in there, and it goes back pretty far, as you can see. I haven't got to use these much yet because I have my tackle crate, but I will probably be using them in the future. I am able to store 2 on each side, so 2 right here and then 2 over here, and that will be really nice, especially whenever I go on a longer trip that's like maybe 3 days. I can put some rods in there, and I can also put them underneath the kayak, or put like gear under there, or just really anything of that nature. Then right here is the pedal drive, and the pedal drive is pretty nice, to be honest with you. I fell in love with it whenever I took it out on the water for the first time, especially never using one before. It definitely makes a huge difference, and you can go so quick with this pedal drive too, like compared to paddling. Like I didn't expect it would be that much, but it's quite a big difference. And the pedal drive is made out of a good material. I'm not sure exactly what it's made out of, but it's pretty sturdy. I'm not really afraid about it hitting anything or breaking or anything along that nature. They also have this right here, which is kind of hard for me to show you, but basically you just push this down and you can pedal up to it, and it'll stop it right here. So like I'll just move it into position. So see, it will stop it right there, and it won't go any further, so you can pull it out really quickly, especially whenever you get up on shallow water. You're also supposed to service these pedal drives. There's a certain time period, I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'll probably include it in the description. But the nice thing about that is you can do it yourself, or you can take it in. And whenever I purchased this kayak from Big Adventures, I got a 5-year warranty. So if anything happens with the kayak or the pedal drive, I can take it over there and they'll help me out, which is a really big factor in why I decided to go with native specifically. And it's not too far away from my house. It's only like 30 minutes, which is really nice. And that was really one of the big deciding factors for me personally. I'll be able to take this and get it serviced really easy, and anything wrong with the kayak, which is a huge plus. But continuing on, we got some more rails right here. There is a lot of rails on this kayak, and there's also another one on that side. You can also see the rubber handles here, which is pretty nice, especially whenever you're putting in the cart system. So right here is how you engage the rudder, and you basically just pull that back, then lay it down. And if you want to pull it up, you just go like this, pull it to the side right there, and then it's stuck right there. It's pretty easy. It's a really nice design, honestly. And this is where you can steer the rudder too, so you can go like this to go to the right, and you can also go like this to go to the left. And if you want to keep it straight, you can go like that. And what's really nice about it too, it works while it's up. So if you're in like some place where it's pretty shallow and you're still able to pedal but not use the rudder, you can have it in the up position and it'll still steer pretty well. While we're talking about the rudder, I just came to the back here to show you some more. So whenever it hits a rock, it automatically goes up, and right here protects it from getting hit on rocks and stuff. So that is really nice. Definitely a nice little feature in it. And there is some aftermarket upgrades that you can get for the rudder, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong about that, but that is an option too. The next thing I'm going to talk about here is the seat. The seat is completely adjustable. I like it in the high position personally. You can also set it in the lower position, which is right here. Personally, like I said, I like it in the high position, but it's completely up to you and how you want to fish it. And the seat is really comfortable. I really fell in love with it. This right here, it makes it quiet whenever you stand up or if you drop anything, and it is so easy to stand up in this kayak. Like, it is unbelievable. I was not expecting it to be that easy. It's like no effort at all, and that's what I love about it. You're able to stand up and sit down with complete ease, and honestly, it is probably one of the best features about this kayak, and it was one of the main selling points for me, was how easy it is to stand up and how stable it is. Because honestly, this is more stable than my John boat, like by a long shot. Like, I couldn't believe it whenever I first got in the water. While we're talking about the seat here, so what it is mounted on, you have these little tool holes right here, which is pretty nice to hold some tools. And you can also get some accessories to put under here. They have like a mesh bag that you can use, and I might get that in the future. I'm trying to decide if I want to put like a tray or something down there. I still got a little bit to decide, but I'll probably decide over the next month or two what exactly I want to do there. Back here you can store a 3700 Plano box pretty easily, and it has that little lip in there, if you guys can see that, and it is really nice. Definitely a nice little feature. And there's definitely a lot of room on this kayak, if you can't tell. The kayak is 41.5 inches across, and it's of course 13.5 feet long. It also has a weight limit of 550, which is really nice, especially whenever I want to carry gear like camping wise. And just the storage room on this is just crazy. You can put a rod in here and it will basically come out to where you can tie it. I don't know if you can see where it's kind of angled like this, but if you kind of step back, you can see how that would be really nice whenever you're rigging up a rod, and definitely makes a huge difference. I've used it a few times on the water. It's definitely really convenient. You also got another rail right here, same thing on that side. And I personally, if you're going to get this kayak, you definitely have to get a cart for it. I feel like, especially if you're going to be moving it around from like the back of a truck or something, you definitely need this. You definitely need this cart, especially if you're going to be moving it around by yourself a lot. It is a very heavy kayak. It's like 180 pounds, and this definitely makes it a lot easier. I couldn't imagine having this kayak without it, and I still need to get a trailer for it. And that is another thing I want to bring up. If you plan on getting this kayak, you should probably get a trailer for it. Personally, that's just my honest opinion. I've had it for about a week or two, and having a trailer for it would definitely make it a lot easier to take out, especially by yourself. So that is something to consider. I mean, you could haul it in the back of a pickup, but personally, I'm definitely going to get a trailer for it. Another one of my big factors for deciding to go with native was all the rails are compatible with Yak Attack. I definitely like the Yak Attack attachments more than anything that I've tried, and all these rails are compatible with it, which is very nice. I got some more attachments that I need, and here is actually one of my attachments right here. This is my GoPro mount right here, This allows me to get the shots from behind my back really easy, and I'm able to adjust it. I don't have to worry about this falling in the water. My other one didn't really secure to the rail that good, and I was always kind of worried about it, and I definitely have not had an issue out of this yet. It is still pretty new, so who knows, that might change over the next little bit, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted on it. But so far, this is definitely pretty nice to have. I also have the Yak Attack Black Pack Pro Kayak Fishing Crate, and this is the 16x16 model, and this is really nice. Honestly, it's definitely worth it. I have a lot more room to store tackle, and the rod holders and everything, that's really nice. So technically, I can bring 11 rods with me just in the crate, and the 4 up front and the 1 horizontal one right here. So that is pretty nice. I moved my crate out of the way so you guys can see this. There's pretty decent storage. This is where you can access the back of the kayak. I'm not going to open it up personally, but you can access it from back there. And see, you can also adjust the seat pretty far back if you wanted to. You could go all the way back here if you really want to. You could even add a second seat. I'm not going to do that, of course, but you're able to haul a lot of gear back here, and that is really important. Right here you can store your paddles that are broken in half, and there's a little lip for it right here, so you can put the end of your paddle right there. This is where the rudder is controlled at, and you shouldn't cover this up, of course. These right here you can mount power poles on, or anything like that, anything that your heart desires. And you can also mount something else back here if you really wanted to. So there is a lot of different rails, and they definitely did not skimp out on the handles here. The handles are all nice where you can grab the kayak at. You can definitely tell that the people knew what they were doing whenever they designed this, so it is a really nice kayak, and I am loving it. And I plan on doing another review here in the future, maybe like 3 or 6 months from now. I haven't really decided. But overall, I really do love this kayak. I can't say one bad thing about it. Besides the weight, I kind of knew that getting into it. That is the walkthrough of my native Titan 13.5. And honestly, I really do love this kayak. It is definitely worth it, in my opinion. And I will probably do another review on it here in like 3 or 6 months. I haven't really decided, especially once I get some more use out. This is just my first impressions. I definitely plan on doing more videos like these in the future, especially whenever I do upgrades to the kayak or anything of that nature. And I don't want you guys to think that this is going to be the end of me going down rivers. I'm still going to take it down rivers. I actually took it down a pretty small one here pretty recently. So if it can go down that, it can go down a lot of the rivers I fish. So also let me know if you have any ideas on how I should upgrade the kayak or any accessories I should get. Let me know down below. And if you made it this far in the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on the way to 5K by the end of the year, and I have some really great videos planned for you guys this year, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And also make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll have it linked down below, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.